So, episode 1 of the cabin. We have so many things have happened. February 2021 is when we bought it. Tons of garbage. How many truckloads?
I did 13 truckloads out of just the basement.
More from the top. And then, what do you think we were doing? What were we mostly doing for those 2 years before we started doing all this foundation work?
Basically just kind of clearing the area, kind of getting just like a blank canvas to work with.
And we were thinking, we were concepting what we were gonna do, right?
Yeah, lots of thinking.
Lots of thinking. This summer we started first by digging footers.
Yeah.
Digging a ton of footers.
Yep, 2 foot by 2 foot by 70 feet.
Yeah, we took out 6 piers.
Yeah, I took out 6 piers, so 6 piers were placed on jacks, and the other 6 piers remained.
And we've had 3 concrete pours so far. First one was the main, would you call those the main footers? The main footers under the cabin.
Yeah.
And then walls, exterior walls. Mm-hmm. And then today we did the big pad underneath the cabin and the pad for the stairs off the deck and a little bit of the front wall. Well, the front wall. Nate also rented a skid steer for 2 days to clear a bunch of stuff. So tell us about what you did in the skid steer.
The skid steer, we went and cut out additional parking in the front of the cabin and moved that dirt to this back ramp and created a road to where we can come into and drive underneath the cabin. So built a ramp, and then also the ramp was useful to get the skid steer underneath the cabin and do all of the grading underneath the cabin instead of it being by hand, which is how it's been up until that point. And then also graded out the road that goes by the house. So fixed the road and made the road flat, and that was a lot as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And all the while during that, I've been considering layout. I got the dimensions of the cabin and laid it all out, and now I'm figuring out how things can all work together. But the priorities for us were having the kitchen and the bathroom on the same side of the house, because right now they're on the opposite side, so all of our pipes underneath could run in the same area, so we'd be more likely to heat them.
Yeah, so we can wrap them with heat tape and then be able to heat those in the future. Having
2 separate places to sleep, so a place for us and then a place for the kids, was a priority. And I really wanted to center up the front door. I wanted some symmetry in there. If we could make that happen, I wanted that. And we wanted a mud room. We're dirty all the time. When it's winter, we're gonna be really wet with snow. We need a room to put shoes, jackets, hats, mittens, sleds, whatever. And fireplace placement. We've messed around with a couple different placements of the fireplace. Something more central to the house, something that's out of the way. We don't have a ton of square footage, so you have to be really smart with how you lay everything out and have priorities, which is why we had priorities.
So the center of the
because you can't do everything.
Good spot.
Yeah, I think so. Right by the stairs. Today we're gonna take off our last jack in the cabin. It's the very last one. Everything else is supported. And this is a good time to talk about the jacks.
So we had this one and 11 others supporting the cabin, and we jacked it.
11.
Yeah.
11.
So the 6 piers that you see remained, and then everything else here, the other 6 piers, so literally half the cabin was on jacks. And so some friends and I from the fire department, we came up here and spent 10 hours jacking up the cabin and replacing all of the beams that go underneath of the cabin. And yeah, pays to have friends.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so last jack, we're gonna take it off today. It's a big day. I'm excited. You excited?
Yeah. It's we've moved these things around a lot.
So much.
They're not light. They're 10-ton jacks. So they got some. Hey, bud.
Tell me what you're digging today.
Digging footers from our Delta Center pier to our Alpha Delta pier, 2 feet deep and 2 feet wide, but since it's on a hill, it'll be like 4 or 5 feet deep on one side and that low on the other side.
Deeper over there.
Just continuing pulling rocks out of this hole. Then we'll pour a wall on top of it, just like
another
this
wall.
Yep, it'll come down. It'll be 8 inches below here, so it'll be a 3-foot wall. Maybe 4 feet on this side. Yeah, just digging in the dirt, moving things from here to there, moving rocks.
Taking water breaks.
Drinking lots of water up here. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning up here at the cabin. All the concrete work has been done. There's been a total of 5 pours. Got a 4-foot wall there, has a retaining wall that's on a footer. And back here, we've got pretty heavy footer there and over on the other side. Gonna be building 4 walls today. 1 on the D side, 1 on the B side, and then 2 on the A side up there. We're gonna be jacking the cabin up and putting the walls right here. The brackets and the beams are gonna be removed. It'll give the cabin a solid foundation to sit on with these footers and this wall rather than these 2 old beams. Got my boards cut for my first wall here, 16 on center, pressure treated 2x8, and that'll be my top plate. So they'll look the same as that right there. All right, we got Mike up here at the cabin today. Got beam swapped out for the wall here. Mike and I went and jacked it up off of these jacks here and that beam and raised it up and then replaced this wall to be sitting on footers and foundation wall, and also put this wall in right there. Moved the beam with the brackets over there.
Come here, you. What are we doing today?
We're digging out of the hillside and backfilling
Hillside.
our footers. This will be for the patio and the deck, and this will be where the stairs go. So
Backfilling. Hold on. All of this. All the holes we dug for the footers and the front. It's kind of sunny. We also, a few visits ago, put this up. All this wood, pressure treated ply to enclose the bottom. And then Nate put up, it's very fancy method of keeping the snow out, which is sheets of plywood screwed into the beams. We're getting there all buttoned up for winter.
yeah, we won't talk about me almost knocking the house over with
Yeah, we won't talk about that. We won't discuss it.
yeah.